Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Recently, there have been a lot of you wanting to learn the Gerber software application for free from scratch. As many of you might have noticed, when you search for keywords like "Learn Gerber software for free from the beginning" on YouTube, there are indeed some tutorials that start from the basics. However, those are only at a free level and not quite at the professional level where you can easily master the software. That's because premium paid educational courses always have a clear and structured learning path, and the lessons are much more detailed. The comprehensive curriculum of paid courses is also more systematic, making it much easier for you to thoroughly understand and effectively absorb the complex material more deeply when you participate in those courses. In today's video, this is also not a video that starts from the very beginning. However, it will still help those of you who want to learn Gerber AccuMark software from scratch. You will also find it easier to approach. Additionally, if you are interested in our premium paid courses, you are welcome to visit the official PDS Academy website. You will see the curriculum for the Google AccuMark software application course at PDS Academy laid out in a clear, organized, and well-structured format. This program is divided into specific sections so you can progress naturally from the basic foundational concepts to the more advanced and complex techniques, ensuring you become a true professional after completing the entire course. As always, in these specialized courses, you will first learn the essential commands so you can get familiar with them and fully master their practical use. After that, you will move on to practicing your skills extensively with both shirt and pants products. And only then will you learn about the marker making section. In other words, following such a systematic learning path will be much more effective. In today's video, I will share with you the way we will implement this, how we implement the design of So how do we actually go about the process of designing a professional shirt from scratch, right? When we first receive a reference image or a complete set of technical documents along with a detailed specification sheet, what are the exact steps we need to take to proceed with the project, right? So, for example, here we have a specification sheet like this, and as you observe, you'll see that the most important thing is to check whether the measurements are in centimeters or inches. That's the first thing to pay attention to, because if we mix up the units, it will cause our product to be completely incorrect. Now let's move on to the pattern design section. This is the pattern design section. In the pattern design section, we need to pay attention to the unit of measurement first. We need to change the unit of measurement if it's not correct. So you should pay attention to this section below. If you have it set to meters like this, then it's in centimeter mode. If you want to switch to inches, navigate over to the edit section. Go to the user environment section. Simply click on that option to open it, and then go to the specific section where you can modify your preferred measurement system settings. If it's metric, it's in centimeters, otherwise imperial is in inches. So it depends on these two units of measurement. After you select the correct unit of measurement, click this Save button. This unit of measurement will be saved, and when designing, it will use the correct unit of measurement. Okay? Note, this step is very important. Right from the beginning, when you start designing, if it's not accurate, it will affect your product. After finishing the design, all the measurements will be off. Okay? So when you receive a specification sheet like this, you should pay attention to the shirt length measurement. Okay, what is the shirt length measurement? And what is the chest circumference measurement? Okay, we focus on these two measurements for later on, because you should always keep in mind that every single tiny detail on any manufactured product always starts out from a simple rectangle. We start from a rectangle and then draw the drop lines, measurement lines, and reference lines so we can sketch the curves and contours. That way, it will be much easier. For Google software, we should do it this way as well. As for other software, there are different methods. With Google software, doing it this way will be faster.
Hello everyone. I am Min Nguyet, a fashion design student at Hanoi University of Science and Technology. As a designer, to find someone who understands your sketches and makes patterns, no one is better than yourself. I learned about and got to know Mr. Dinh Duy Cuong's course. He teaches using a very new method without the need for long, complicated, hard-to-remember formulas. You can quickly change the measurements, saving time, and the teacher provides a lot of support both during and after the course. Thank you so much, teacher. I wish you lots of health and wish PDS Academy even greater success.
Here I will take the measurement for the length of the shirt from the shoulder tip. Here we will design for size S. The shirt length from the shoulder tip is 65, but please note when you design, you need to add extra length. For example, if the measurement is 65, when you design, add at least 1.5 for me, up to 2. 1.5 to 2, so you will add 1.5 here. That means it becomes 66.5. As for the bust measurement, it's 90. With 90, we will divide by 4. We divide by 4 because this is the finished measurement. The finished measurement for a women's shirt. So we divide by 4, but we should add a bit more. Add about 1.5 to 2 centimeters. After that, we divide by 4. For example, 90, let's add 2 centimeters. So that's 92. 92 divided by 4 is 23. So we are going to take a rectangle with a width of 23 and a length of 66.5. Now you will open this design section and go into the create command. In this create command, you'll see there's a rectangle command, or you can press the Shift plus F6 key. The shortcut key is F6. Shift plus F6 works too, right? Then you left click in the middle area of the screen here. Drag it out. If there are any numbers, pay attention to this. On some computers, when you left click and try to drag, it doesn't move, right? So pay attention to this area on the right. This spot right here, it's the value field. If you leave this value here, and then you select the rectangle command, you left click. When you try to drag, it won't move. This value field is for you to enter the parameter values. For example, the x-axis value. The x-axis is the horizontal line on this screen. When you click on any axis, an arrow will appear. Do you see it? And then you can enter the value here. If you want to drag it, you need to click on this value field to drag. That's it. But if you want to just enter the parameter directly, you don't need to click on the value field anymore. So pay attention to this part. This is the part where many beginners often get a bit confused. See, it's a bit confusing at this part. We're going to enter the value here as 66.5. That's along the x-axis, right? And the y-axis is the vertical axis. So we'll set it to 23. But we should use a minus sign so it moves downward like this. After that, you just click on the OK button. So at this specific step, the software is going to ask us to enter the name of the part right here. Then you'll type in the specific name of the part in this box. For example, here we'll first write the code name, like 2024 for instance. I'm just giving an example. 0205 for example. After that, we'll type a space or a hyphen, then we'll write, for instance, main part if the front body is the main part. We write main part here, for example. If the main part is multiplied by something, we note it here. For instance, main part times 2. After doing that, we hit the spacebar on your keyboard one time and type out the label front body right here. That is exactly how we write it. Alternatively, you can just type VC and then write front body in this space. The naming convention you choose will ultimately depend on the internal standards of your specific company or the particular requirements set by your customer. It is important to remember that this is just a name, and we should always name it in a clear way so that the whole system can easily understand it. After that, you click OK, then click OK again to exit this command completely. Is that clear? If you want to display the values of those lines, you can go to the Verify section. And look, there's a command called line length here. Yes, line length. You left click on this line length command, then you click on the line you want to measure. After that, right click. Okay, there, now the value of this line will be displayed, right? And it's the same for the vertical axis as well. If you want to display the value of a line, just right click on it. That's it. If you want any line to show its value, just click on that line and right click, then the value will appear. That's it. Very easy, right? Next, you should pay attention to the parameters of the section. We will draw the front neckline first. The front neckline drop is 7.5 and the neckline width is 16. The front neckline drop is 7.5. Here, you will go to the Create command. In there, you'll find the Offset Event command. Use Offset Event to copy a parallel line. If you have taken any of the basic courses from the beginning, you would have learned these commands first. After that, we start designing. So by the time you get to designing, you already know these commands by heart, just like in my course. So when you join the course, you learn this command first. That's so you can master the command. After that, you'll move on to practicing with shirt and pants products. That way, it will be easier. After we've entered the command, you click on this line, right-click, and then click OK. And at this point, if in this case, look here, you see the word value here, then we just need to enter the value as minus 7.5, okay? Press enter and the line will appear. But if in this case, you see here, the word value is actually cursor, then you click on this line, right click and click OK, and you can move that line. See, you can move that line, right? After that, if you want to enter a value, you need to click both the left and right mouse buttons at the same time. Click here, both left and right mouse buttons together. There, so now you can also enter a value here. See, it will show up. Okay, see, it will show up. But just now what we did was copy two parallel lines that are already together. Now, if you want to delete that line, you go to the modify section, then go to the delete section. You see here, there's the like command, right? You click on this line, right click, okay. There, that's how you delete that line. Got it? Next, you will determine for me the width. Wow, the neck width, which is 16. For the front bodice, you need to reduce the neck width for me. For example, 16 divided by 2 is 8. But for the front neckline, you should reduce it. For instance, you can reduce it by about 8 mm to 1 cm or so. That depends on the formula you use. If your formula doesn't require it, then you don't need to subtract. But if someone else's formula requires subtracting, then you should subtract accordingly. Left click, right click. Okay, there, double click. Left and right mouse buttons together like this. And you will enter the value here. For example, let's enter 7. Go ahead and press enter. So after you've lowered this neckline and determined the width of the collar, if you find that you want to trim away and remove this excess line, you'll go to the modify section. Go to the clip command, select the side of the line that you want to keep. Then you will select the line that is below this line here. There it trims it off. Right over here, there are two overlapping lines. So we are going to delete one of these. Next, you will need to get other measurements for me. For example, here you can see the measurements for the shoulder slope and shoulder width. The shoulder width here is 38. If we divide 38 by 2, we get 19. For the front shoulder width, we should subtract a bit, subtract about 1 centimeter. That's the formula for each individual. It depends on each person's formula. 19 minus 1 equals 18. For some people, when you design, you don't subtract anything, you just leave it as is. So it depends on each individual's formula. That's it. Shoulder slope is 4.2. Shoulder slope is 4.2. So here our shoulder slope is 4.2. Shoulder slope is 4.2. There you go. So after you've determined this point, you'll trim it off, okay? You'll trim it off again. Trim it off. Keep this part right. After that, you'll use the grade command. You'll use the high point command. There you go. You'll slide along this line to draw. Please pay attention. When it's set to value mode, you can't move the mouse. You have to click on this value mode so it switches to cursor mode. There you go. Then you can move this position. Okay? Slide along this position. Here is the shoulder line. Got it? There you go. So next you will take the armhole drop measurement, right? Measure the front armhole straight down. You can see here the measurement is 17.5. So you'll go into this high point command. That's it. A lot of you don't know about this command. Many of you don't know this command, okay? We take the straight armhole measurement using this method. You slide along this shoulder line. That's it. Right click here. Take a look here. Look here. When you right click, there's a command called compact from that point. Click on it. At this point, you'll see a parameter box pop up and you enter the value you need here. 17.5, then press enter. Now you see there's a yellow circle here, right? That's it. You just left click there. So this line here is definitely 17.5. This command, many of you probably don't know about it. So I'm sharing this command with you. See that? So after you've drawn this diagonal line for the armhole, you're going to draw the armhole drop for me from here down to here, okay? Then you'll use the high point command. You slide along this line and you'll drag it to here, but you need to right click here. After that, you'll click on vertical. Use vertical to draw a perpendicular line. From up here down to here, there you go. Isn't that cool? There you go. Next, you're going to take the width of the chest measurement for me. The chest measurement, the chest height is 13 and the chest width is 31. So we'll draw a parallel line starting from the top of the shoulder. There you go. So the way I've already shown you how to copy parallel lines using previous commands, right? So now you'll drop down by 13, right? For the width, you measure from here, right? Measure upwards, okay? The width is 31. So you divide by 2, which is 15.5, right? Press enter. There you go. So after you've marked those positions, you'll trim off the ends of these lines. All right? trim off the ends of these lines. You can even delete this line. You don't need this line anymore. Next, you'll draw the armhole curve. So here, take a look. Here, there's a tool called DXF, okay? Now, you'll draw the armhole curve from this point here to this point here, and then from here to here. This specific part depends on each individual method. If you decide to join my professional design course, I will guide you personally on how to determine the exact points for drawing the armhole curve so that it looks much better. But in this particular video, I'll just do it quickly. From this shoulder point right over there, all right? Then you'll right click here. You can see here, there's a command called high point curve. So you just scroll down and carefully drag your mouse right over here, okay? And then you will gradually shape this line. That is exactly right. You will shape this line just like that. Here, the line. This is the upper part of the front armhole, all right? And next, you'll draw the part at the armhole here, and you'll adjust it so that your armhole curve looks just right. All right? That's it. Then you right-click and select OK. Right-click OK. That's it. So that's how we draw the armhole curve. And after we finish drawing the armhole, we'll delete this line. Or you can just leave it as is. If you leave it as is, you can save it. Next is the neckline. As for the neckline, we'll also draw the neckline here. Right over there, you can see exactly where the neckline is positioned, regarding the professional paid courses that you are currently participating in, as well as the specialized sessions where we teach the fundamentals of design. So we will determine, I will guide you on how to identify the points at specific positions and how to divide them so that you can draw these curves more accurately. Does that make sense? Next, we will proceed to take several other important measurements. For example, the specific measurement for the waist drop. For the waist drop, we will measure from the shoulder tip. We measure straight down to the 40 centimeter mark. Got it? Next, for the hip drop, we measure down 20.5 or 21, depending on your formula, right? Next, we will take other measurements. For example, you can determine where the waist section comes in. For example, you can take the waist in by about 1 centimeter or 1.5 centimeters. There, 1.5 centimeters. So you will take the line in by 1.5 centimeters. After that, you will erase these excess lines. All right, you can also carefully trim these specific areas as well, if you'd like to. After that, you can draw this waistline from the armpit area down to the waist and then down to the hip. There, is that clear? There you go. And after you finish drawing like that, if you want to erase this construction line, you can erase it. Now moving on to this lower part of the pattern design, if you are looking to shape this hemline to create a specific style, such as a fishtail design or perhaps a curved hem, you should first begin by pulling this line down here to the bottom. After you have successfully done that, if you want the hem to curve upward by a certain specific amount, you can easily determine that exact measurement right here in the interface. To do this correctly, you will need to use the high point command from your toolbar. You will simply click on this line and then carefully pull it up to finish the shape of your garment. For example, I want it to curve up by 2 centimeters. I will draw up to this point. After that, I will shape this hemline to be curved. And if we want to make a fishtail style, then you just curve this part up a bit more. And here, I will trim off the end of this line right now. And if you want to make a fishtail style, you will curve this part up a bit. That's it. And we will conclude today's comprehensive video sharing session right here for now. If you find yourself interested in learning more about the Gerber AccuMark software course, you can easily navigate to this specific course section where you can watch the detailed course on the practical Gerber AccuMark software application and its various professional features. If you need further consultation, you can inbox me via Zalo at this phone number or through my personal Facebook page, Dinh Duy Cuong. That's right, my personal Facebook is Dinh Duy Cuong, or you can also contact me through the PDF Academy fan page. We will provide you with comprehensive guidance and support so you can study exactly what you want. And remember, when you're watching here, please make sure to click the subscribe button to support the PDF Academy channel. Next time when we release our new videos, you'll receive an immediate notification so you can be the very first to join and learn. Goodbye everyone for now, and we look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Thank you for watching and see you again.